Well, here's a really quick overview of how you move information from gCADPlus into SketchUp. I'm looking at a design here for a space between a building and some fencing, so there's an L-shaped garden. There's going to be exit and entrance through here to some steppers and an entertaining area here. To move that information into SketchUp ready to make a 3D model, it's just a matter of zooming out a little and on the gCADPlus drop down menu pick Export Geometry to SketchUp. We're asked to select the entities except hatching images and plant symbols, but it's just as easy to wrap a box around all of it and then hit enter, and we're asked, do we want the plant names that were in the schedule transferred to their own layer? Well, I would suggest you say yes. And what has happened is most of the layers have been turned off, other than a layer called SketchUp, SketchUp Planting, and SketchUp Text. So we've got three layers that are going to move across. And if I zoom in on these, you may notice that the information that defines each species is there. So if I pick that piece of text, it's a piece of text which, as you may know, won't go into SketchUp. So what I would tend to do is go to here, or in fact it's a little tricky here. I want to pick up that SketchUp text option. I could isolate the layer, but I think it might be quicker and easier if I just turn off the planting and the SketchUp layer, and now I'm left with all of the text. Because text won't go into SketchUp, and I want that information to tell me the species that are placed in that position, I'm going to explode all that text, and then we'll come back into the layer and turn on the other two SketchUp layers. So now we're ready to the next step, which is to write that information out as a file. So write SketchUp to DXF, and I'll say our SketchUp tool, and I'll pop it there and overwrite it. So the DXF file is being written. Let's now start SketchUp, and we'll start using it, and we simply go, we don't want that file, we simply go import, pick up that DXF file, and if we do that and we go to plan view, there's all the information from our drawing when we're ready to build our 3D model. So we can pick our line tool and start, for example, the water feature. Just track with the line tool like so. The next step would be to find a 3D model in the warehouse that matched something like Dodonia viscosa. We've got a Liriot muscari is to go in here. That diameter there looks rather too large for that, but I'm not responsible for this particular design. So we can build, this represents a raised area, so we could put use the circle tool, and we should be able to find the center there fairly easily, and already I'll put another circle in and come out here. So if we now use our orbit tool, which is where, here we are, here's our orbit tool, and we move around the design. I'll spin around this way like so. There are some windows and walls. Windows and walls are very easy and quick to put in. We can just track our way around like so, and we can put some windows in there. The push-pull tool, which is where, here we are, and we can just find that and push that up, typing say 2400 for the width of the wall, and we can pick various parts. We could have apply some colour or brick header to this area here. We've got a complete circle there. If you wanted to, you could draw in what were in fact polylines in the gCADPlus environment. So I hope you can see how quick and easy it is to build your 3D model. Let's take the isometric view like so it's nice and square. We can build that model relatively easily because all the geometry is there, and we have the names of the species and the center point of the species, and everything's layered and orbit. We've got our SketchUp layer, our planting layer, and our text layer, so it's just a matter of turning those off when you don't need them. So I hope that helps you see how easy it is to move information from gCADPlus into SketchUp.